Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Escape Art by Sky, and again, I'm here to do another video for you, and let's get right to it. I got a 16 by 20 oval this time here for you, as you can see, and it's black, of course, as you can see as well. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to little phthalo green on a brush, phthalo green now, and I'm going to come right up here and I'll put it in this area. As I'm working out to the edges here, it's going to be Prussian blue. So Prussian blue on the outer, and here in the inside of it, this canvas here will be phthalo green. And I'm going to shut off the camera so I can save some time, but anyone can do that. You know, first I like to spray it down with just a little bit of water and just come up here with some little phthalo green. Can you see that on my brush here? And just come right up in here and just put in some phthalo green. And something like that. Then I'm going to come back with some Prussian blue. I guess I won't turn off the camera. Without even cleaning off the brush, just go right back into some Prussian blue and come right out here. Good old Prussian blue. And something like that. Alright. Alright, now I got me some white on the brush. Go right in here, right in the middle where you want the most lighted part of your painting. And this is a little different than I normally would do. Normally I just paint the whole thing really a Prussian blue or even a phthalo blue. Then I come back in with some white, but I want to change it up a little bit here and just put in a little phthalo green in here. Let's see what it looks like. Hopefully I have not ruined this already, but we'll see. And with a little white on the brush, just come right up in here in your lighted area and see how that just pops out. These little black canvases, they are pretty good now. They will show a little bit of color, a little bit more than on a white canvas. So, and use that. Use this dark to your advantage, okay? And again, and that's all you're going to do, okay? And I want to wash this brush and keep coming back into this lighted area. You need to have a clean brush when you come back into your lighted area, because right now my brush is dirty. It has a paint in it. So if I want to go back to my white paint on my palette and come back up in here, I'll just ruin everything. So take a little time and wash your brush, okay? And then come right back in here with a clean white paint and start right here at the center. And again, work your way around, all right? All right, guys, next thing I'm going to do here is, what I already did was I went ahead, I had some colors, it's called sky blue, and I just went up here with a one-liner brush and made some lines for tree trunks. That's way in the background. Alright, and be careful not to cover up this nice little lighted area, but you need to use a color that's kind of a little darker than the green, but not so dark, because you don't want to lose that distance in your painting that you're about to have. So if you don't have sky blue, just mix up some blue and white and just get it really a light blue, and just do a trial and error. You can take it, and if it's too dark, lighten it up. You know, if it's too light, you know, darken it up. Just because you did, you know, your first two strokes of your brush, you don't get it right, it's not a failure, guys, okay? I mean, good grief, if it was like that, I wouldn't be doing nothing. I mean, not alone painting, but nothing. But anyway, enough said on that. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some distant leaves here. And what I did was mixed up me some sat green and white, and I made a very light green, you know, darker than this. This is maybe a shade darker. And just come up here with your brush, and I don't know if you can see that right there. That's a good shot. Right about. Oh, get it right, just like that. And that's the only part of this brush that's going to be touching the canvas. And you just come up here and just put some distance, little, not too distinct, just a little bit of some leaves back here. Maybe come down here and put a little foliage in and on the ground. Again, be careful not to cover up all this white. Maybe a little foliage right here. Maybe coming over. There. And something like that. Just something that you had a little color back here. Now I'm going to come back in with a darker color right here. Using the same brush and come back right here. Be careful, don't cover up all your lighted area here. As the darker you go out, that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be darker, darker, darker. You're going to let that light area really glow. Alright. Now I'm going to put in some tree trunks through here. Little twigs and branches. Now all I did was mixed up me some black and some of that light blue color. And I put a little white in there just to lighten it up even more. Kind of a grayish blue color, and just here and there. Over here, you won't see every little twig in this. Just here and there. Branches, they grow every which way, so don't worry about it. Alright, I'm going to work on this a little bit more. I'll be right. Alright, I swapped up to another brush. This is an oval brush, and using just basically now just sat green. I'm working way out here to the dark. Some of this light won't even show. And just go ahead and tap in these branches, come down here, put a little foliage down here. I hope you guys are really, liking my paintings. I did a painting yesterday, posted it yesterday, and as of right now, I don't know what time it is. I don't know, 2 o'clock, whatever it is. I've yet got one view from that post. So that's a little discouraging, but hey, I'm going to stick with it for as long as I can. So, help me out, guys. Subscribe to my channel and hit that old like button for me. Help me out. Now, for real, nobody watching it, why do these videos, right? So, now, as you're doing this here, keep in mind, show some of that light that's back here. So I want to keep this opening up on purpose. Alright? So I'm going to do the other side, and I'll be right back. Alright, I got this pretty much looking the way I wanted to. I left some openings for some light to show through, and that's very nice in the painting. And now I'm going to put in some water. I'm going to have like a little stream coming in here and flowing into this lake right here. And before I start doing that, I would like to add that with me doing these little videos, it's obvious, should be obvious to you, I'm okay at it. I'm by far no expert in painting now. Painting is not my real thing. It's just a hobby that I took up some years ago, 13, 14 years ago. But my real passion in is sports, okay? So, baseball. I want to talk a little bit now about baseball. What's going on in baseball with that doggone strike that's going on, the lockout, whatever you want to call it. Man, is that ridiculous or what? Are you serious right now? You know, to me, in my opinion, this is my opinion now, it is millionaires arguing with billionaires what basically over nickels and dimes. I mean, come on. I mean, 2019, 20, we had that COVID thing. No fans were allowed and everything. Now you're going to fight over nickels and dimes. Man, that, you know, it is just bad. You know, really, you know, players think that they have been cheated for years, and the owners thinking that they're paying their players, you know, enough. Everyone has their own opinion, and one thinks they're right, the other one thinks they're right, but yet you get the spokesperson for the owners and for the players, have them switch sides. Now they're going to say, oh, we ain't going to pay the players that neither. and the owners, you know, they swept inside. Yeah, we need to be paid more. Man, it's garbage. That's what it is. It's just garbage. It's really too bad, but it is what it is. Anyway, let's get on with this right here. I want to spray it down with a little bit of water to make this next thing that I'm doing a little easier. Got some phthalo green on a brush. Here's my lighted area, and I'm going to come right here and just come straight down with it. Alright? See, this water makes that look real slick, so you don't have to fight with it. Because, you know, as it is, it's real dry. You put on here, it won't spread too good. Now I'm going to dip my brush into some Prussian blue now. Some Prussian blue. And I'm going to come right here at the edge and darken these little edges up a little bit. Right here. Now, alright, let me cut the camera off for a moment. I'm going to come back in with some white paint. It's clear, plain, clean white paint before this dries too fast. Come right here where the lighted area is at. Just touch it and pull down. I mean, how easy is that? And just pull straight down. And let it get lighter and lighter as it comes over here, because this is away from the lighted area. So this needs to be a little darker. Turn the brush over because you got more white paint. Come straight down. Down, down, down. It's very important that you come straight down. You don't want to go at an angle because this ain't going to look right. Now, turn the brush sideways, and we're going to go these strokes this way here. All the way across. Right down here. Yeah, that looks like I need a little bit more blue paint. Right in here. Straight down. Just a little touch of white paint. There, there, there. Come across. And there, you got yourself a nice lake right here. Just that easy. Alright. Now what I'm going to do now is I got just a little bit of white paint on my brush. What I did, I Apollo paint on my palette. Took my knife and I spread it out, make it really thin on the palette. Then I touched it with this brush. Now if you try to do that with that pile of paint, you're going to get too much paint on your brush. So take your palette knife, spread the paint out thin, and just touch it one time and let it go at that. And you're going to come up here, we're going to put little sparklers right here in this water. Little sparkler, whatever you want to call it. And you're going to work, as you're working down, make this wider and wider. And you can come out here to these edges also. Just like that. I'm going to put a little dirt right up in here. A little dirt. Mix me up with some brown, black, and some white just to lighten it up a little bit. And just come right up in here, just touch it. Something like that. Enough dirt on that. Alright, this lane I just put in is still a little bit too wet. I'm going to put like a little water line right below the dirt, but still waiting for that to dry. So I want to come back in here and I want to put in me. I was looking at it and I think what would look nice is a nice little row of some foliage right here, maybe some flowers or some kind. So that's what I'm going to put. Again, this is just me, and this is just a little mixture of some black and some blue, and just come right down here. Something like that. Just a little higher up. Higher up. There. And that's all I'm going to put right there. Yeah. It'll be alright. Okay, this is still drying up here. I gotta wait for this to dry also. And so I want to come back with a little thing about taking care of your equipment, your brushes and stuff. You know, I would advise you to do that. If not, you can spend a whole lot of money, you know, buying brushes. Now, this is not a cheap little hobby. It is a bit on the expensive side, but it's well worth it. If you give yourself a chance, it's well worth it. And I'm going to tell you the story. When I first started out, my brushes, I wasn't really keeping good care of them, especially with these fan brushes here. That fan brush, and what happened was I was trying to make some trees with it, and the trees were not was not doing good. They're evergreen trees. You see me the videos paint a lot of evergreen trees, but anyway, it wasn't working out, so I was getting a little mad with it. And one day I was in an art store. I bought me some new brushes. One of the brushes I bought was a new fan brush. Came back and started painting again, and I was doing the evergreens with the new brush, and it worked. I said, what in the world am I doing different that I wasn't doing then? So I started comparing the brushes, and the older brusher, you know, it was all dried up, and it was missing some bristles, and it, you know, it was hard, had some paint that had dried in it, so I just took it and whoop, trashed it, because it was gone, it was history. So, but I didn't really know it at the time, really. So, you know, a little story about that. You know, okay, you know, maintain your brushes, wash them all the time. That's what I do when I cut off from the camera, and I go back and you know, whatever brushes that's dirty, I go ahead and clean them, especially with this acrylic. Oil, you don't have to really clean them as often as long as you got enough brushes. But with acrylic, even if you might have 100 brushes, but wow, you start using your brushes, that paint will dry in those brushes, and it's kind of hard to get that paint out. Of course, it's dry paint, so. But anyway, there you go. And that's a little still tacky. Well, that's pretty good dry, so I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to put in some greenery through here, and also some flowers. And I'll show you how you do that. First, I'm going to start off with some green right through here, some ferns. And I'm going to double load my brush. Here it is. I got a dark side and turn it over a lighter side. And that's called double loading the brush. No big deal. And you just come down here and just touch it and just work your way down and just turn your brush so it'll get thicker. And you get the highlight and you get different variations of color. Something just like that. Frequently load this up with some paint. Don't cover up all your black here now. Over here. There's all kind of little, you keep twisting your brush around. And you find all kind of different ways. Put in some nice little greenery. Now I'm going to use, what I'm going to use is some red, some pink, purple, and some lighter purple for making the little flowers up in here. And I'm just going to use the back of this palette knife. It's a kind of a round oval type of palette knife. And I'm just going to try this one out, see how it works. Now, what I would suggest, take a little bit of paint off to the side and just cap it. And wait till the paint kind of pulls. Then you know it's just right. Then you come up here, you just touch it. But you can use whatever you want to use now. I'm just using this. I might go to something different as well. I don't know. You can do that. If something ain't working right, change it. So I want to keep doing that. And I'm going to put in some different color, like I said, purple and pink and all through there. So I'll be right back. Now I went ahead and did my flowers here. Seen something right back in here. And what I did was I put some of that blue, this color right here, blue phthalo green right up in here. And I thought maybe just a little bit, let's wipe that off a little bit. Got me a little white paint on my brush here. And I thought maybe just right back in here, there's a little stream or something that's flowing. And it's coming. And then I come right here and then it falls over. Something like that. A little foam stuff right there. Maybe come back. Let's put it like a little rock. I'm almost done with this. Put a rock right there. Right over here. Something like that. I'm almost done, guys. Almost done. And what I say about the how much more time I got? Oh, I'm gonna go ahead. It's almost about ready to cut off. I'm just gonna come right down here below this dirt and put a little line, a little water line. But I'm gonna call this one complete before the old camera shuts off on me. And you know, it's not a bad paint. All my paint, I don't think they're that bad. I really believe I should be getting more views than I'm getting. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but you know, hey, send me some messages. Let me know if it's worth it or not for me to keep doing this. I want to keep on doing it until I realize nobody's watching it. Then you know, I probably gonna have to go do something else. So until next time, guys, you take care of yourselves, and you know, again, subscribe to that channel for me and hit that old like button. You guys take care.